This message is for the people that wonder and kind of question God as to why he created the devil and God cast him down to the earth to make our lives a living hell. I have a revelation for you that God just dropped into my spirit to share with you. So I'm just spending time with the Lord right now, and I'm sitting here just speaking in the spirit, and I heard him say, I don't make mistakes. And what dropped in my spirit, what he told me, was that he's given all of us, all of his creation, domain in the earth. He created us for his good pleasure, but gave us the control, gave us the power. He didn't want control at all. He didn't want any control over any being. He wanted the humans to have domain, but all of his creatures to have that free will to do whatever they wanted. He did not want any control. And he wanted his creation to confide in him and to have a relationship with him and ask him for the things that we want and need. Even though he provided all that in the garden to Adam and Eve, because he loves us, his sole purpose for creating us was for him, for his good pleasure. He created the enemy. The enemy was the highest angel in heaven. Some say that he was head of worship. He also had a free will, just like every creature that God created, giving man the domain in the kingdom, in the land. God created the enemy for a purpose. He wasn't an enemy before he was an enemy. He was a prized angel in heaven. Some say that he was head of worship. God had a purpose for him to succeed, to serve God in a mighty way, to glorify God. The devil was called a different name in heaven before he turned against God. Can't remember what the name is, but maybe some of you can look it up. But the enemy became an enemy when he turned away from God, just like we turn into God's enemies when we turn away from God. When we turn our backs to him, maybe we don't even realize it. That's exactly what the devil did. That's how he got his name. He's called many things now that he is God's enemy. But unfortunately, he's not called what God really intended him to be. The most powerful angel in heaven. Satan really messed that up for himself. It was his choice. He used his free will to choose his destiny. And God loved him so much when he created him, before he became God's enemy, he gave him that free will to choose God and God's perfect will, or his own will. And we all know what Satan chose. Satan used his free will and turned against God, cast him down to the earth, because God knew in his infinite wisdom that if Satan, his most prized angel, turned against him, some of his man would do the same thing. Some of his man and women would do the same thing. So God does not make mistakes. We do. Satan made a huge mistake, which cost him eternal death. He's waiting for that execution in that lake of fire, and he doesn't have a choice. We have a choice to escape hell and choose God, and know that he is a God that does not make mistakes, but he is a God that created us for his good pleasure and in the image of him, to enjoy the land here in our dominion, choosing him and the things of him, not choosing the things of the enemy's land, or choosing to listen to the deceptions of the enemy when he tries to lure us into his camp. As we choose God and choose to take our dominion in this land wisely, confiding in God and trusting him with everything, we are walking in our purpose and in God's perfect will. And if we have a hard time doing that, we need to truly surrender to Jesus and ask him to teach us how to walk in this dominion and in this authority and all that God created us to be. Because Jesus is our vindicator, and he is the only reason why we get to have a relationship with a God who created us. God doesn't make mistakes. His creation did. Stay strong and be blessed in Jesus.